So I like this because this is what our spine looks like, right? So each of these vertebrae, and in between is those nice discs that get really lubricated, and they give lots of space in between that. And what happens if we don't drink water? Right? The spine will shrink, and those little discs in between aren't as fluffy as they were. Today's class is going to be around flexibility. So what comes to mind when I say the word flexibility? Anybody? Give me a word. A word association. Flexibility, what do you think?
I think when I'm not.
When you're not?
When I'm not.
Yeah. Do you think flexible is touching your toes and bending? Right, fluidly with ease, that's so great. That's right. Isn't that a nice description? And a lot of times we think of flexibility as being a physical attribute, right? You know, we're flexible, we can do that, or we're flexible, we can do that. But flexibility also in our minds, in our personalities, right? And as we age, don't we have to remain flexible? We have to, in order to survive, because the world keeps changing, and we always can say, well, we used to do it this way, and sometimes that is no longer done that way. You know? So they did some interesting studies and said that the more flexible you are in your body, the more flexible you are in your mind. So it's really interrelated. So what I wanted to start with today is doing a before and after, because I love before and afters. I think you guys know that. So what we're going to do is we're going to partner up. I've got masking tape, and Lou's in charge of that because it's a frustrating masking tape roll. And what we're going to do is we're going to do before and after. We're going to go to the wall, and I want you to reach up like this, and someone is going to put the masking tape right above where your fingers touch. Okay? And we're going to do a before and after class, and we're going to see if we create any more extension in our bodies. Okay? So maybe we'll just have you come. Okay, let's come over here. Yeah, we don't have to do partners if who's doing all the work. Okay, so stand close. Okay,
Do it all.
okay, so I'm going to write her name so we know which one is which. Okay, so that's Nancy. Okay.
Stand close to the wall.
Yeah, and reach up to where your fingers feel like, you know, you want to feel like you're reaching, right? Not just, okay, good. That's a good reach. That's good. Yeah. Okay, there's Neva's. How tall she is. Can you reach up there? I will, we're going to need to have a chair.
Look at that. She's not very tall.
I know, she must have long arms, my goodness. Okay, wait, I definitely need a chair to write her name on there. Now, first of all, remember yoga is not a competition, so we shouldn't be even doing that, right? Oh, she didn't do that. How about a little bit tighter in here? I don't want it all the way over there. So take Bobby over here. Maybe. See what I'm saying? Gail. Wait, is that your bad arm?
Yeah.
Do the other arm. I told you it was a frustrating roll of tape, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, anybody else finish it? Yeah.
Close to the wall, Mom?
Yeah. Yeah.
I lost my back. Thank you. I lost my back in the car. Oh.
You got it. And now, Manish, can you do Luke?
We need you there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she's not. It's not going to happen. I'll give it. Oh, Justine.
Yeah.
Lou's going to touch the light when he's done. So, the reason why we have water, I'll just is in order to remain flexible in our bodies, we need water. Because water lubricates everything. Water lubricates the discs in our backs. It lubricates the cartilage in our joints. And so if we don't have water, then those things start to get really stiff. So this is what I want you to do throughout class when you have that thing like this, like that. okay? I want you to drink a little sip of water, okay? Because I want you to, every time you drink that sip of water, I want you to imagine that you're sending that fluid right to that exact joint that you want. Look at, he's already starting, right? Right where you want it. And the reason why I do this, and I personally do this because I have a knee that's a little quirky. It gets a little stiff, and sometimes when I bend it a certain way, it hurts. So I think I probably have the beginning of arthritis, I'm thinking I do. So what I noticed one time is, as soon as I started drinking water, that went away. I'm thinking, So I tried it a couple other times. Maybe, I would say maybe a month in between. And I noticed, as soon as I realized I wasn't drinking a lot of water, my knee started hurting. So now, as soon as my knee starts hurting, I drink the water, and it helps. So I want you to be aware of that, and even in class to see if that might even make a difference. But what I'm trying to do is get you tuned into that sensation of, wow, it's like arthritis or that kind of pain in your joint. Drink some water, and then hopefully get in that habit of doing that. So if you're sitting and drinking water all day in class, then I'll know that, boy, there's a lot of things going on here, right? Okay, so we're going to first start just by sitting back. Close your eyes if you've got the block behind you, all good, right? But we're just going to start class just being quiet and just take a couple of deep breaths in and just soften here, right here. This beautiful yoga space for you. This is the place where you walk in the doors and you take care of your body. Inhale breath, I want you to take your shoulders up a little bit towards your ears, and when you exhale, I want you to roll it down and back. Let your arms be loose as you do that. We're going to inhale, roll it up. We're going to exhale, roll it back and down. So make sure that your elbows and your wrists and your fingers are just kind of coming along for the ride in that movement. So every time we move a joint like this, we are lubricating it. And then gently bring your hands back to your lap with your palms facing down. Now pretend that you're looking at yourself sideways, and I want you to see what you see in your mind's eye, your hips, your shoulders, and your ears. In that alignment, what needs to be adjusted? Does your shoulders need to be pulled back a little bit? Does your head need to go back a little bit with your chin? Just find any little adjustment that you can feel, that you feel a little taller. We're going to move the neck, so taking a breath in, your exhale will take your chin all the way down as far as you can go comfortably. So when we first get into movements, it's stiff. There's no doubt about it. We can see that. We can feel that. So as you exhale, that stretch happens just a little bit more and a little bit more. Gravity's pulling on those tight muscles. We have some space there. Gently roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. And then roll it back to the center so the chin comes down along the collarbone and comes over to the left. And you're going to roll it again. So pretend you can take your chin along that nice rounded collarbone in the front. It's the shape of a smile, and you're just rolling along that, tracing your chin along the collarbone. And then noticing all the different angles of your neck muscles that you're stretching. When you bring it back to the center again, we're going to take it to the right, so right ear, right shoulder. Left arm's going to reach out to the side, and you're going to make a circle with the left arm. So remember, the left arm is about a diagonal, so it's not quite shoulder height and it's not quite dangling down. So kind of halfway. Lift it up and circle. Good, and the palm up and circle. Noticing any sensations, maybe the inner elbow, the inner wrist, a little warm or moving, and then gently bringing it back down with the chin and the palm, resting in the center, and over to the other side, left ear, left shoulder. Right hand reaches out, make sure the elbow's straight, and then rotate from the shoulder, not just the wrist, not just the elbow, the shoulder. Good, palm is up, and we're going to rotate back. All the way back to. Lift your head up and open your eyes. And we're going to all look towards the double door. So just look all the way over to the right. Bring your head back to the center and look all the way over to the left. Back to the we're going to incorporate the shoulder with it. So let's take the left arm up. And we're going to take the left arm to the right shoulder and look over our left shoulder. And then bring that left arm out and look over the right shoulder. And then exhale, we're going to tuck in. Grab as we look over to the left. And then inhale, we're going to take it over to the other side. And then do that 2 more times. So what we're doing is we're now incorporating neck and shoulder movements together. And 1 more time. And then to the other side. Here we go. Right arm is up. We're going to cross over. As we cross it over, we're looking over to the right. We bring that arm back into cactus and we look over to the left. Maybe you can pull the arm back a little bit if that feels good. We're going to cross it over, turn the head. More, take it across. Over to the left with the head. Do last time. And then release. Take your shoulders and roll them again. Let's take some big circles here. Let's take one shoulder back a little bit, and the other. So we're just working shoulder mobility right now. So again, if you get any achiness, any little twinge, sip of water. Yeah. Remember, that's what we want to remind ourselves, that water is fluid. We're creating fluid right now as we move. Synovial fluid going right into those joints. Good. Then bring the arms all the way out with the thumbs up. Big stretch. Bring the arms all the way in front. Turn them back to back. And then bring them all the way back. Oh yeah, a little different shoulder movement. Take the palms forward. Bring them forward. Good. Turn them back to back. Now bring your hands to your hips. Let's just do a little motion like this. Just a little, take the elbows back, yeah. Stretching here in the pectoral muscles. And then release. Take your feet up a little bit, shake them out a little bit. Okay, very good. Okay, let's get into the arms a little bit and the hands. So let's open and close and open and close. Oh yeah, get those knuckles to move. I might have to take a lot right there. So everywhere a joint is, that's where arthritis can set in, okay? That's why we do this, because if we were to just keep our hands like this, it can be frozen in place. You've got to move them. Take your wrist now in your fingers and just roll it around. So now we're going to work the wrist in the carpal tunnel. So this opening right here, we're going to make a little bit wider. So let's take the left hand out. We're going to cross the pinky over to the thumb as far as we can with the other fingers as straight as we can. Yeah, so working dexterity, good. And then we'll take the ring finger, bring it across. I want you to be looking at your wrist. Everybody's got short sleeves on today. So I just want you to be noticing what is moving. You can see all those little ligaments opening up, moving, and then the index finger, of course. And then the thumb goes all the way over towards the pinky. Take the hand now and just stretch just a little bit. The elbow can be bent or straight, doesn't matter. But we're kind of getting more into the wrist, so be careful. Good. All right. And go like that. Very good. Other hand. Right arm, pinky across. Try to keep those other fingers straight. Then the index finger comes in. Look at your wrist. Just marvel at all those little intricate things that are happening just in this movement. And then the thumb goes across to the pinky. Open it up, and then we're going to get the wrist. Just push it back a little bit. Opens up the carpal tunnel. Very good. And then take it back. Now take the hands and interlace them. Wait, no. Interlace them like this. Good. Pull them down. Pull them up. Good. And then back. Other hand on top. Interlace. Let's do a little sideways bending. Let's take the left hand down and the right arm up. So as we come up, we're going to come up, 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 and then over. So we're going to take a little flow here. So watch this. We're going to take the arm and roll it back a little bit, like we're looking up towards the ceiling. Good. And then we're going to exhale and go down towards the floor as we look down towards the floor. So inhale, we're going to lift up a little bit, and exhale, we're going to roll it down. And one more time, inhale, lift up. And exhale down. Good, now we'll take that right arm up to the side of the chair. Left arm's gonna come up, reach it up. Good, take it over. Here we go. Inhale, we're looking up, so the shoulder rolls back a little bit. And exhale, we're tucking down. So it's just a little bit of movement into the shoulders. You don't have to go too far both directions. And then roll the shoulders. So what we're doing there is we're stretching not only the muscles, but also the ligaments that support the joints. So think about the bones are connecting to each other. There's cartilage in between, but then there's ligaments. It's almost like an ace bandage that wraps around the joint and makes sure that it's secure, but we want to make sure that it's also flexible. So I got my silly putty. Who remembers silly putty?
Yeah, I love silly putty.
Is this the kind where you can make cartoons or the comics, right? And you push it down like that. Okay, so I like this because this is kind of the texture of what a ligament might be like. See, because it can kind of stretch and it wraps around your joint, so when you move, that stretches and it allows you mobility in your joint, but still it's firm enough so it keeps it in place. So what happens as we age, this gets really tight. And it's almost like if I were to leave this outside in the sun, what would happen, right? This would get really brittle and it'd probably start to kind of shred a little bit. So the only way we can keep this nice and flexible like that is, again, those gentle movements in and out. So that's where these ligaments are on all of the main joints, right here, the hips especially. The hips especially need to have that kind of movement pattern. So think about that every time you move a joint. We're keeping the silly putty nice and placed. So let's take the reaches. Let's take the left arm up. Reach. Okay, because remember, we're going to be reaching up towards our masking tape. Bring it down. We're going to reach the other arm up. And now the next time you reach, I want you to feel your left hip bone stretch. This bone right here, I want you to feel that movement. Yeah, good. And then down. So the reach doesn't just come in the shoulder, just doesn't come down here in the ribs, it's in the hip bone, because remember, everything's connected. Good. And now let's just take the opposite reach with the foot, so just up with the foot. Yeah, good. Release it and up with the other foot. Release it. Now we're going to alternate, so it's going to be left hand and right foot. That took you a second, huh? Gosh, okay, then down, let's go other way. Flex the foot if you can, because we're stretching the back of the leg. Good. Now we're just going to go up and down. Okay, so now for me, I got to take a drink of water. That's my knee, okay? So my knee, that's getting to me a little bit. A couple more marchings. Good. When you come back down, let's take both arms up. Let's reach. We're going to take a hold of the left wrist with the right hand like this. And I want you to pull a little bit, not too much like it's painful, but pull, because you're going to get taller, and we're going to arc over to the right. Yeah. Good. On your inhale, you're back up, and we'll do the other arm. So it's going to be the right arm reaches, the left arm reaches and pulls it up. Inhale and exhale to the left. Good breath here. And your inhale brings you up. Good. Both arms reaching again. Yeah, very good. So that's a lot of shoulder work, and I realize that. And one of the most important things we're trying to do is open up the shoulders so that our posture can be nice and straight and strong. So close your eyes. I want you to sit back and maybe even notice if you feel a little taller, straighter. Soften your face a little bit. Separate your teeth. Soften your jaw. Notice your breath. Notice if you got warm or not. Gently open your eyes. And let's take it out to a little bit of a straddle. So let's go wide like this. Yeah, so if you've got the block, just kind of be careful with that. So we're going to do rainbow. We're going to take the right hand to the chair. The left hand crosses over. We're going to go backwards one finger at a time. So let's make a soft fist here. And we're going to go index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, all the way back. Keep looking at the palm when you're back there. Good. Now we're coming back in. We're going to take the pinky in first. So pinky, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, a little soft fist there. Here we go again. So we're inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way back. Good. And exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And opposite, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Then we'll just rotate other side. Hold on to the chair if you want to. A little soft fist. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Look back if you can. So remember the neck and the shoulder muscles all connect. Backwards, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the way back. Look at the palm. And backwards. 4, 2, and 1. And last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the palm. We're coming back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Walk your feet in. Bring your hands out in front of you. Tuck your chin. Draw your knuckles towards me a little bit. So we're going to open up that upper back. Take a nice breath right there. Exhale, release. The inhale is going to bring your arms up. And as you bring your arms up, elbows as straight as you can. See if you can just take your arms inside out. Yeah, very good. And then release. So now we'll do our picking fruit. So we got a little bit of the reachings. We're going to just do one more pattern. So here we go. Left arm, reach it. Take it. Take it out to the side and drop it back. Good. Okay, so reach. You can use your neck as well, right? Because we're kind of following the hand, what it's doing, and drop it in the basket. Now we're going to bring it out in front, so we reach it, pick it, bring it out in front, the palm is up. Yeah. It's because you didn't do that on the cruise, I bet, huh? And then we'll give it away. Good. And then we're going to reach it, we're going to drop it this time. And we're going to grab it, we dropped it, we got to pick it up. You don't have to go to the floor if you don't want to, bring it back in. Good, one more. Reach it, grab it, and we got to pick it up off the floor. Good, and bring it in. Here we go, other side. Reach, grab, out to the side, you're looking at it, drop in the basket, bring it back in, reach, grab, out to the side, and drop it. Here we go, out in front. Reach, grab, front, away, reach, grab, front, give it away. And now we're going to pick it up. So reach it, grab it, drop it, pick it up, good. Here we go, one more, reach, grab, and drop it. Very good. Okay, good. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a seated cat cow, and I'm going to use another toy. Can you tell how old I am by all my toys? Look at this, the Slinky. Do you remember the Slinky? Although we never had this color Slinky, did we? It was always the silver. I know. I went to the store, and this is the only color you can get, green and blue if you wanted to. Okay. So I like this because this is what our spine looks like, right? So each of these vertebrae, and in between is those nice discs that get really lubricated, and they give lots of space in between that. And what happens if we don't drink water? Right? The spine will shrink, and those little discs in between aren't as fluffy as they were. So we got to make sure we drink the water. Now the other thing I want to show you is when we bend forward, look at how we're collapsing here on that inner spine. See? So when we bend forward like this, that's what's happening to our shoulders, and that's why we have that little bit of a rounding. So that's why we always have to bend forward with a straight spine. Is when we're bending forward with that rounded head and shoulders, this is what's happening, and that's why osteoporosis, for sure, this is where it happens right here. This is where the break happens because there's too much pressure there. And I was home with my mom, as you guys know. She had knee surgery, but she also had a lot of back problems, and she went to occupational therapy for her back. And one thing they told her to do is whenever you bend, your hips, your shoulders, and your head should be in alignment. I thought that was really good because a lot of times we go like this, right? So my hips and my shoulders and my ears are not in alignment, are they? Right? So whenever we bend, even if we need to bend our knees so much, it's this. It's that motion. So we're going to do a little bit of that, standing up as well as sitting up. But right now I want you to explore the curves of your spine in a seated cat-cow. So scoot up if you need a little space. Your hands are on your laps. We're going to roll the shoulders back and lift the head up just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a super arch. And then exhale, tuck the chin, and then round your back a little bit. So this is safe for the spine, because you might be saying, well, hey, we're rounding our back here, right? But we're not pulling it down towards the floor. We're not letting gravity take that spine and really creating a lot of weight on it. But we need to do this, okay? The spine is meant to move in these directions, so this is really healthy for the spine. Remember, we're working the disc. more time. Now we're going to take that same forward fold. So I want everybody to be wide because you know actually forward bending is much easier when your legs are wide. Okay? So we're going to slide the hands now from the thighs to the knees so you're leaning forward. And pretend that you have those little tail feathers. That's Justin's thing, and I love that. Okay, so we're kind of wiggling those tail feathers back behind us, right? We've got a nice straight spine, right? Hips, shoulders, ears. Everybody feel that? Lean forward just a little bit more. Still got that nice straight spine. Perfect. Let's see if we can slide down, maybe just below the kneecaps. Just below the kneecaps. And then walk your hands back up your thighs and come all the way straight. Okay, so that's the most perfect spinal alignment you can do. So we're going to do that with our feet now a little bit closer together. So we're going to take it, slide the hands forward on the kneecaps. Keep that nice straight spine. Good. You're looking good. Good. Well, let's see if we can roll down a little bit, maybe towards the shins. See where we can go with this. Maybe down a little lower. Good. Let's hold it here for one breath. Let's take a nice deep breath. Exhale. Take one hand to each knee. Now keep your spine straight because you're going to bring yourself all the way up. So that is the motion that we do when we do our sun salutations too, right? When we're going down to the floor and we're coming all the way back up, we're coming back up with a straight spine. So we're going to do that now with our sun sals. So bringing your hands to your hearts. We're going to go slow motion on the first one. So we're going to reach the arms up, bring it up. And bring the hands into cactus arms. So the same idea, take a breath. Exhale halfway down, just like we just did. We were practicing a different way. So halfway down, good. Hands to kneecaps. Let's see how much we can slide down. So as we start to warm up, you might go further, you might not. So just keep your spine long until you want to round. That's when you stop. Inhale halfway up, your hands are to your kneecaps, and you take a little back bend. Good. Exhale, slide down until your spine wants to round. Good. We're going to reach the right arm out to the side. Now it does not have to go up towards the ceiling. Just lift it out. Good, bring it down. Inhale the left arm out. Good, bring it down. Now this is that tricky part. We're going to try to keep the spine straight. As we inhale, the arms go out. The spine is tall. Good, bring it all the way up. Very good. And back to the heart center. Here we go. We're just going to do 4 today because it's a warm day. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, halfway down, cactus. Good, take that breath. Exhale, hands to kneecaps, slide down. Be gentle, stop when you feel your back is going to round. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, the right arm reaches out, spread your fingers. And exhale down. Inhale, the left arm reaches out. Exhale down, lift the head, draw the belly in so the back is nice and strong as you come all the way up. Inhale. And exhale back to heart center. Good, now we're going to do the feet. So here we go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus lean. Take a breath. Exhale, hands to the kneecaps, slide, low back stretch. You should feel that stretch. Good. Inhale, halfway up, little back bend. Exhale, we're going to fold. Right arm's going to reach up, elbows straight. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lower. Bring the arms out in front now. So you're leaning just a little bit. Good. Toes down, heels up. And then heels down, toes up. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. I think we need water on that one. And drop your toes. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale back to heart center. Here we go. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus lean. The belly's in on that. Good. Take a breath. Exhale, hands slide down. Safe forward bends. Really good for the back. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, we're going to hold. Inhale, the right arm reaches up as we look at the thumb. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, the left arm all the way up. Exhale, bring it down. Last one, we're going to bring the arms out in front again. This time, heels down, toes up. Toes down, heels up. One more time, heels down, toes up. Oh, yeah. I learned this in the workshop and the opposite. Good. And then reach it all the way up. Big reach. And exhale all the way down. Very good. Sit back, close your eyes, and just kind of tune into what does your low back feel like? What does your shoulders feel like? What does your breath feel like? Just tuning into any sensations that you feel. And if you really want to drink of water, please have a drink of water. And then gently open So I was reading this morning, they said that the cartilage in our joints, which we know are the cushy, little cushions in between the joints, they plump up 10 to 20 times their size with movement. So with movement, that's what we've been doing, right, with movement. So our spines and all that movement, we just made a little bit more plumpness in those discs. So that's why we're going to do downward facing dog right now. Because with downward facing dog, this is the shape of the spine. Long and straight, right? So we're going to breathe in that nice downward facing dog, and we're going to take those discs and just lubricate the spine and all of that movement that we just did. We're going to support the spine. So let's take the chair, bring your the high part of the chair in front of you so that you walk back into an upside down L. Feel free to take your glass of water. Here we are, downward facing dog. Let's take it tall here. Let's take a big tall reach. Good. Both arms reach. Good. Both arms at the back of the chair. Step back, bend your knees. And as you start to come down, I want you to make sure the knees are really bent, because you're going to try, maybe even in your mind's eye, to bring your ears in between your upper arms. So that's kind of the motion. Now, if that's way too much for your shoulders, just go where it feels like a good little stretch, but nothing painful. We're going to take 5 breaths here, and this is where I want you to think about your spine getting long like that slinky, open. If you have any bulging discs or pinched nerves, this is why we do this, so that the disc has a little bit more space and the nerve can maybe be a little bit released. One more breath. And then look between your thumbs, and we're going to walk all the way up and all the way up. We're going to be on the tippy toes now. So on the tippy toes, all the way up. Good. And then come all the way down to the heels. And we're going to do it again. To the tippy toes. Good. And then to the heels. And then back to the center. Now a little cat-cow, just like we did when we were sitting, we're going to do those back arches. So remembering that this is going to be a safe movement because we're not using gravity here to pull the spine. We're going to roll the shoulder back, and it's a little back bend. So be careful of the low back. If it pinches, don't go so much. Bend your knees, round your shoulders, and tuck your chin a little bit. And now we're going to use the breath. So inhale, we're going to open up, nice wide shoulders. Exhale, we're going to roll it down. Good. On the inhale, roll it up. And exhale, tuck it down. And last one, inhale, lift it up. And exhale, tuck it down. And now we're going to do an asymmetrical pose to make us symmetrical. So what we tend to do, and I'm guilty of this as everybody is, we favor one side of our body more so than the other. So this way we're going to favor both of them equally. So the right arm's going to come out in front with the thumb up, and the left one's going to go out in the back. So we're pointing that toe. We're trying to extend the left side and the right side. So anything that's crooked gets to get a little bit straighter here. Good. Bring it back down. Now it's going to be the left arm and then the right foot. Let's do it again. So as we bring the right hand and the left foot, we're going to salute with the right hand and bend the back knee. Good. Straighten it out. Bend and salute. Straighten it out. And one more time, when we bend and salute, we're going to dip down with the right knee and bend the left elbow. One time for the super duper joints. Bring it all the way back up. Good. And bring it all the way. Good. Out to the other side. Left hand out. Right foot back. Find your balance. Think of any asymmetry that we're balancing out here. So we're going to salute with the left hand and bend the right knee. Good. Straighten it. Bend and salute. Straighten it. And last one, bend and salute. And we're dipping down. Use that elbow too. Good. All the way back up. And all the way back in. Downward facing dog. Okay, so all that movement to the spine, just walk it all the way out. Again, just thinking about your discs and all the spaciousness there. Bend one knee and bend the other, so you're up on the tippy toes and then back down on the heels. Working the knee joint here. Then look between your thumbs. We're going to walk all the way forward. Let's take it to the hips now. So we're going to take the right hip out to the side, The foot is flexed, the knee is bent, and we're gonna circle around. Here we are getting lubrication now in the hip joint. This is called the hip capsule we're working on, so making lots of movement here, getting the fluid going, go backwards. And then we're gonna go up and down a couple times, up and down. Okay, next time you're out to the side, I want you to flex the foot, and we're gonna do the Z's. So you're gonna come into the center and across. Good, and then back out, and then across behind you. Good, and then back. In the front, and then back, and in the back. And out. Good, bring it back. Let's march it out a little bit. Okay, so to the other side. Left foot's gonna go out, the foot is, the knee is bent, the foot is flexed, and you're gonna go rotation into that joint. So smooth it out. You have to grab your water on this one. So all the popping and the clicking, we're just kind of trying to get all that lubrication in there. Think about friction needs to be lubricated. Good, then let's go up and down a couple times, up and down. Next time you're out, the foot will be straight, the foot will be flexed, and we're gonna draw it in and across. Good, back out, in and across. And one more. In the front, and in the back. Good, bring it back in. So one of the teachers at our workshop, she said the quad muscles, where are the quad muscles, everybody? Let me see, touch your quad muscles, let me see. Does everybody know? Quads right here, okay? The quad muscles are called the muscles of independence. How do you like that? Because they are the muscles that make us walk. They're the muscles that get us up off the chair on our own. They're the muscles that help our knees so that they don't hurt, that pressure of the knee joint. So we're gonna work the quads now in chair pose. So I want you to bend your knees, and again, it doesn't have to be a lot. Okay, just enough that where you feel like, wow, I'm really kind of using these muscles here. Now let's take the right arm out in front. The spine is straight. So remember, we don't want to do that rounding, right? We're gonna keep the spine straight, right arm's out. And only if the left arm's feeling good for balance, otherwise you know you can hold on. Hold it. Maybe I'll do a Paula trick. Take the arms out to the side. She does good at distraction. Bring the arms up. Let's bring one arm out to the side and one arm out in front. How about that? Good. One more time, bring it up. Then opposite way, one arm out in front and one arm out to the side. Out to the side, both of them. And then bring it down. Oh my goodness. March it out. Yes, those quads, we need those quads. So the opposite muscle we need also for walking in a strong, to go upstairs and just to have a strong gait is the gluteus muscle. So this is your butt muscle. So we're gonna take the toe behind us of the right foot, and we're just gonna come up and down a couple times. Just kind of feel that muscle engage. You don't wanna feel your low back getting tight. You wanna feel your butt muscles getting tight. Good, and then bring it in, and then take it out. Good, one more time, bring it in. Take it out. So those are the two muscle groups that help you walk, okay? We'll take it to the other side. Left foot, point it, up and down a couple times. And remember, you want to feel kind of this area getting tight. Good. And then we're going to bring it in, bring it out, bring it in, bring it out. And just one more movement here for the quads. We're going to kick your butt, okay? So this is the one my mom did when she had her knee replacement. We're going to bend the knee. I bet you did this with Gail, did you? When they want you to have a little deeper bend in your knee. Did they have you do that? Yeah. So we're going to have the knee facing the floor, and we're just going to come up and down a couple times with the heel, like you're trying to kick your butt. You're not going to be able to do that, but slower. This is using your hamstrings, right? So your hamstrings in the back and your quads in the front. Good. And then release. Okay, so other side. Left knee down. You're going to flex the foot and you just. Now, if you ever feel like you're going to get a cramp, then you always back off on these poses. Good. One more time, we're going to go downward facing dog. So let's stretch it all out. We're going to get really long today. So we've got the shoulder joint opening, we've got the discs opening, we've got the hip joint to be nice and lubricated. Let's bend one knee and bend the other, so you know you're up on the heel and then down on the toes, up and down. And then look between your thumbs, and you're going to walk up. Everybody's got the chair in front of you, so we're just going to do goddess pose. Okay, so goddess pose is a little wider stance, so you have your heels in and your toes a little bit out. Your back's going to be straight, and we're going to go down And now let's look. When we go down, make sure your knees and your toes are in alignment. So if your knees are too far in and your toes are too far out, just scoot in. Good. And then straighten up. Good. Down. Very good. Straighten up. So what muscles do you think we're working here, you guys? Quads. Quads and glutes too. Your glutes, your butt muscles should feel like they're getting a little tight. And sometimes, what? The calf muscle, exactly.
Yeah.
So all of the muscles of walking, right, is what we're strengthening right now. Good. And then straighten it out. Good. Give you a rest. Now we're going to go down with both knees and with one arm. Cactus. Come back up. Other arm. Good. Come back up. Let's see if we can do both arms. Otherwise, you hold on. Both arms. Good. And then out with. Go down again. Good, very good, and then bring it in. Okay. So we're going to do a little balancing pose. So the feet are a little wider than maybe as wide as the back of the chair. We're going to take the left hand, slide it down the leg, and just go sideways. Yeah. Can the other arm come up? Possibly. Good. This is like a triangle pose. Good. Bring it back. Okay. So now we take the right arm, slide it down the leg. Only if it feels good, lift that other arm up. Otherwise, you should feel a nice pull here in your left hip. Good, all the way down. Beautiful. And all the way down. Good. Okay, now we're going to do the balancing part of this one. So heel toe in a little bit. We're going to put all the weight on the left side and lift the right foot out to the side. So all the weight on the left. Let's see if we can take the left hand up to the ceiling. Yeah, very good. Perfect balance. One arm's lifted, the other foot's lifted. Yeah, good. And all the way down. Okay, good. Okay, so the weight goes to the right, the left foot goes out, so there you are balancing on one leg, and then possibly the other arm comes up. Good. Yeah, that's it. Good. Good. Bring it all the way down. Okay, let's march out the legs a little bit. March it out. Okay, so the last pose will be tree. So I want you to think about when you're in tree that you want to make sure that your leg is nice and straight and strong like like a tree trunk, basically. You don't want to be going like this, because a lot of times we do that. We favor that hip and it kind of goes out like that. So let's try to take a nice strong right leg, maybe even step it forward a little bit. Step it forward, find that nice grounded kind of position, and then bring the other leg up. Right leg is nice and strong and straight. Make sure you're not doing that hip thing. Once you have it, is your back straight? Yeah, that's it. Now one arm up. Let's make that tree tall and straight. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You got it, Eva. Only if you want to let go of the other leg, other arm. You don't have to, remember. Just strengthening the ankles, the calves, the knees, the hips, even the shoulders. Good. And then lower. Right. Okay, so we're going to go to the left. So just taking that step forward with the left, just a little bit. So we're going to bear all the weight straight on the left leg, and then the right foot tucks in. Make sure you're not favoring that hip. Once you're there, one arm up if you want to. Either arm. With that balance, let go of the hand, maybe hover it, it's okay. We're just building strength. We're also building our awareness in our bodies of what it feels like to balance. Hold it, one more breath. Good, and then lower it. Good. Okay, so come on down to the chair. Everybody take a sip of water, even if you don't think you need it. We need it. Take a sip. Close your eyes, sit back. Place your hands on your laps, palms down. That's a calming gesture. It's the energy, it just calms it down. Send a little appreciation and love and gratitude for your beautiful legs and your strong bones. All of those balancing poses are just helping us be independent. Take it into that little hip stretch that we've done once before. before. This is called the hip glide, so I want you to scoot up a little bit. And we're gonna pivot so that we're all gonna be facing this wall with our left knee. And then the right knee, we're gonna be scooting off the chair a little bit. The right knee's gonna drop towards the floor with the toes tucked. And so I want you to be able to scoot enough off of the chair because the most important part of this pose is taking your right hip and dropping it a little lower than the left. So this is gonna open and lengthen you on the side of your body. So we're gonna drop that right hip a little lower. You're holding onto the chair. Bring it back up. Let's use the exhale. Exhale. And the inhale brings it up. Good. And the exhale. And then last time, bring it all the way down. Good. Now, when you have both hip bones neutral, I want you to take your hand to your outside hand to your shoulder. Okay. So let's take the shoulder down and try to draw the hip up a little bit towards it. And then lift the shoulder up a little bit and the elbow up a little bit and drop that hip like you did before. Good. Here we go. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And come back to neutral. And then walk it to the center for a second. Yeah, bring both feet out in front. And just close your eyes. Just kind of notice what that hip's feeling like, what the knee, maybe the shoulder's feeling like. And gently open your eyes. We'll go the other way. So we're going to face the double doors. It's going to be the right knee that's facing there. The left foot is going down. Left knee's going down and the toes are tucked. Okay, and we're just going to do the hip now just to kind of get the motion of it. So take the left hip and drop it down a little lower than the right. You should feel a really significant little tug there. Bring it back to neutral and then go take it down. Bring it back up. Take it down. This helps your SI joints. Yeah, and your quad is tight. Yeah, bring it back in. Yeah. And then, so what you want to do, Neva, is you want to take this foot up a little bit. Yeah, that way. Yeah. Bring your hand to your shoulder. Yeah. Okay, here we go. We're gonna inhale. Try to touch the elbow towards the hip, and then exhale. Drop that knee down. And inhale. We're gonna crunch up a little bit, so we're contracting that muscle group, and then exhale. We're gonna stretch it out. Good. Do that 2 more times. Gently come all the way back. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's why that one's good because it stretches that muscle, right? Yeah, I know. When you ever get a cramp, you've got to back off on that because it's really not a pleasant feeling. Okay, let's bring the feet out in front. And we're going to do our ankle rotations. And I know this gets everybody's ankles really tired, but we really need to keep the ankles strong. So we're going to go 15 circles to the right. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Now the other way. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Wiggle them up. Okay. So now we're going to do a little tricky foot movement. I'm going to see if I can do this. I don't know. We learned this in that workshop. I'm going to see if I can do it. Toes up on one and heels up on the other. Here's your brain work here. Then the opposite. Heel down and toes up. Uh-oh. How am I doing that? Wait a second. How do I do that? Oh, yeah. Okay. This is hard. Okay, the opposite. The opposite. And then do it with a little faster. Oh, yeah. Oh, we are so smart, aren't we? Look at that. I know. Then you lose it. Like I'm losing it. I don't know.
Go watch us.
I know. It's hard. Good. It is hard. I know. It's really hard. Okay, good. Take the feet out and shake it. All right. Take the hands out and shake it. Good. Okay, now we're going to do the swirling. So just kind of pedal a little bit with your feet, paddle a little bit, and then we're going to swirl. So take the feet down and we're just going to swirl with the arms. So remember we talked about lubrication. This is what it should feel like. You're swirling in water. Yay. And then take it over to the side, swirl. Over to the other side and swirl. Take it all the way up. Swirl. Good. Once we're up here, we're going to climb the rope a little bit. So we're reaching up. We're reaching up. One last time, both arms reach. And then release. All right, how's everybody feel? Warm? A little warm, huh? We're gonna go to the wall. Okay, so before we cool down and go into Shavasana, we're gonna go to the wall and we're gonna compare our reaches, okay? So here we go. Who's gonna have his eagle eyes? Okay, so this is Nancy first. So you go to the wall. Reach up. See if you make any difference. Yep, she's went high. Because he took the top of your fingertips. Okay, so you gained, good. You gained half an inch. You're a half an inch taller, girl. Okay, Bobby. Yep, she's got it. Look at that. That's almost an inch.
Wow.
Really? Okay, Neva. Yep, you did. All right, look at you. Okay, Pat, oh no, let's see these giant long arms here. All the way up, all the way up. Wow, she's up there too, look at that. All right, yeah. And who's this one here? No, she can see. Look at that, yep, she's got it. Very good. Yay! Who's that one next to her? That's Gail. Did we get the before on camera?
From a
You
distance.
did? Yep. You got it. You're in the
I
middle.
didn't do that, but you.
Not as much.
Not as much, but you did better. Remember, focus on the better.
Oh,
Better. Here we go, Lou. Yep, he's got it too. All right, it works. All right. So what does that mean, right? It means we have space in our bodies to move and stretch and be a little bit more flexible. Pardon? It needs to grow. Exactly. So the more often we stretch those joints, the better we're going to feel, right? Because this is what gravity will do. This could be the spine, this could be your knees, this could be your elbow, right? So what yoga does is we do this a lot, right? We do this a lot. You drink a little bit more water, those discs get a little bit more spacious, and you can actually grow. Justine, didn't you say you grew a little bit in yoga?
Yes,
I did.
a
I
half
grew a half an
inch.
inch in yoga.
I did too.
Yeah. So you can, and the other way you're going to grow is just by correcting posture, right?
Yes.
I'm going to immediately be taller unless if I do that versus this. So that I want to do that little simple exercise because we just moved for maybe 45, 50 minutes and we made that little incremental difference. Think about if we did this more often, drink more water. So everybody here, we're going to toast each other. Here's to healthy joints, healthy backs.
And
Cheers,
defying
everybody.
gravity.
Cheers, defying gravity. Cheers, cheers. Drink it all up, all of it. Chug it. Chug it. All right, so we're going down to Shavasana now, so feel free to stay in the chair if you want to. Legs up the wall, is always that beautiful option because it's anti-gravity. So it takes your joints and does the opposite, right? Or you can just be on the floor.